Ooh.
That was my phone.
Ooh.
Oh, no, it's good. It's an iPhone, bro. This made of Gorilla Glass. Anyway, what's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Finally time to frame my staircase. I am tired of going up and down to the upstairs out of this lift or a ladder. And even though I did plan on waiting for my good buddy Eric to do all the radiant heat and boiler work in the mechanical room, where he would have a lot more room without the staircase, he's gonna have to wait. No, I'm joking. We're gonna build this. We're gonna make it so that I can remove the treads. So they're gonna be temporary. Also because we're gonna be doing drywall. So I'm gonna show you how I do the staircase for drywall so that you don't have to cut around all your stair treads and makes it nice and easy. So that's gonna be part of this video, but also because this is all gonna be drywall, there's gonna be mud probably dropping. It's really hard to cover a staircase. I'm gonna put temporary treads on. So that means they will be just screwed in. So when the time comes, Eric's here, we can just unscrew the treads, pull them off if we want, if there's not enough room, and work here. So we're gonna go through how I figure out. You can already see I've got an LVL here. This is a pretty big staircase, so I went with LVL, and I got the angles already cut. Let's go through how we get all that done. We'll move into this project and show you how to build a nice staircase, a nice solid staircase, and to figure out where your rise, run, and what your angle of that all is. Okay, let's go. No, whatever, that's fine. You can, you
Wait, like this?
Hands are opposite actually, but it's
Hands
fine.
are opposite.
It don't matter.
Well,
probably the other way.
I feel like
probably the other way.
I feel like
Yeah,
that makes
it
it
would
easier.
be that way.
It makes it easier.
Good. Okay, now come down. Keep your arms long. Yeah, there you go, and then go up.
Oh, then go up.
Yes, you up and down, not swing. You go up and down, up and so you come from here to here to here to here. That's called a buka.
Let me see.
Let me do it again.
Yeah, I wasn't paying attention to your form.
Oh, I'm 41, bro. Okay. Son of a gun! All right, so the first thing I need to do is determine exactly what my overall height is so that I can use that math to figure out what my rise and run is gonna be, how many treads I'm gonna have, all that good stuff. So I've got a piece of flooring. This is probably something that I'm gonna use. This is an LVP, pretty thin, pretty durable. I think it'll be a good application up here. And then you'll see this blue right here. This is a fan fold that is going to accept my radiant tube heating. So this will have a radiant heated floor. This is, I can't remember what they call this. This is an Uponor product. And here, Greg, hold that up. Show them the little grooves. Yes. You can see the grooves. That's where your radiant tubes will loop back and forth. So I got to consider all of these into the final height dimension in order to figure everything out. So we'll just set this here, and I'm going to drop a tape. Okay, so 11, 6, and 5/8, that's my height. All right, so once I know the height of the opening, all I'm going to do is divide that by 7 1/4 first. That is because my goal is always to have a 7 1/4 inch rise on a tread. I think it's like the most comfortable. My goal is always to try to use a 2x8 and a 2x12 for my riser and my tread. So 138 5/8. Oops. 138 5/8. Slow down, Kyle. Divided by 7 1/4. 19.12069. So that means 19 different steps. So then what I do is I just do 138 5/8 divided by 19, 7 5/16. So that is going to be my rise height. Now, it's not exactly 7 1/4, but I think the 16th is negligible. So if I use a 2x8 for a riser, which I'm not going to, but if you are, you're never gonna see that. It's gonna be perfect. So that's what we're gonna run with. We're gonna run with a 7 5/16 rise, and then we're gonna use a 2x12 dimension or 11 1/4 as our tread. So what I'm talking about is in a stair, it's not perfect, but this is your riser. This is gonna be the 7 5/16, and then this is gonna be my 11 1/4. All right, so in order to figure out what this angle is, well, this is 90 degree, but in order to figure out what I'm actually, how I'm cutting this angle out and how I figured this first stringer's angle out is I want an 11 1/4 inch total total tread height, right? But that's with an overhang. There's going to be a little bit of an overhang on the step so that we've got a tread, we got a riser, right? So we've got a tread, we got a riser. So there's a little bit of an overhang. So this dimension here is 11 and a quarter there. That doesn't mean that the cutout dimension in my stringer is 11 and a quarter. You got to subtract whatever your overhang is. So if I'm going to do a 3/4 inch overhang, which is typically what I do, I'm going to do 10.5 inches. So this cutout is 10.5 inches, right? So we now know that 10.5 inches. How many stairs do we have, or steps? We have 19 total steps. Well, all we have to do is take 19 times 10.5. That is going to give me my total length of the step. So 19 times 10.5, it's 199.5. Now, here's what I'm going to say about this. This is actually a little misleading because you also have to consider the fact that your 19th step is not on the stringer. It's actually the landing up top. So I need to take 10.5 off because I had one too many. So 189, which I'm writing this down for my own sake. 189 is my total length. So we're gonna just keep drawing pictures because I think it's pretty helpful here. Here's my total height of 138.5/8. Now I know 189 is my total length. So what I can do is go 189 run, 138 and 5/8 rise. Diagonal is this point here, 234 3/8, and my pitch is 36.26, okay? Or if I hit pitch, it's 8 13/16. What that means, oops, man, my writing is horrible today, dude.
Are you okay, dude?
No, it's been a long, I didn't have no coffee this morning. 8 13/16 is what my pitch is. So by knowing that, that is the same pitch that will be right here on every step. So right here, this is my 8 13/16 pitch, or 36.26 degrees, okay? So now that I know that, we can go ahead and get this cut. Let's go ahead and get one of these set up on a sawhorse and we'll put it into application. But that's the math. I mean, when you know how to do it, it's super easy, it's super quick. Explaining it does take some time and I probably don't do a great job. So if somebody has a better way to explain it or a good video of figuring this out, someone drop that down below in the comments. But this is all I do. I know my rise, I know my run, I know what my tread length is going to be, my riser height, and I just put those numbers into the Pythagorean theorem and it gives me everything I need to know to go cut a stringer. Perfect. Coming down?
Yep.
Okay. Hey, remember when my phone broke because you asked me to try and show you that again?
What an idiot.
That was your plan the whole time.
What an idiot. Stupid iPhone user.
Okay, now I have the fortune of having this, and this is not a flex, this is, okay, a little bit, this awesome Martinez square, which is so easy for stair layout. This is how easy it is. I put this side, okay, got these nice slidable gauges. We're gonna go to a 12 on this side. Let's tighten it up just a hair. All right, so just for the purpose, if you hear me say some numbers and somebody's fact checking me, because I know that's a big deal these days, I'm changing my tread width to 10.25, not the tread width, but the actual cutout on my stringer. I was doing the math over there at 10.5. I'm now gonna go 10.25 because I remember this staircase, I wanted to shrink it up just a little bit to give myself a little bit more room, and a 1/4 inch per step is gonna take effect in the overhang. So instead of a 3/4 inch overhang, I can have a 1 inch overhang. You'll feel like you're walking up the same staircase. It's just a nice space for your foot to go underneath. I don't know if that matters, but I am gonna change it to 10.25 if you're fact checking me on my math, okay, before we do this dimension. So like I said, I've got this Martinez square. We're at 12 inches, and then this side, all you have to do is just slide this to whatever, if it's a 8 13/16, 8 7/16, 7.25, you just slide this to that exact dimension. So I'm gonna redo my math at 10.25. I should have known that before I Hey, Lindsay. I don't know. I just broke my iPhone. It fell out of my pocket and cracked, so that sucks. I wasn't doing anything stupid. It just fell out of my pocket. Okay, this kind of will, I think, help a little bit, and it's going to be a little bit hard to do other than if I set it right on top of this nice level 2x6 girt. Oops. You can see how it goes right with my stair stringer, right? That is how you know that this is already done well. But when you take this, if we go over here, and I put this on the bottom like so, oh man, I might have done that just perfect. I cut this, that will sit on the ground and be right there. Now, you say, well, okay, how do you figure out your stairs? Well, that's actually pretty easy because when you are doing all this, you figured your rise was 7 5/16, your tread was 10 1/4. So then we just moved this to 7 5/16, boom, to 10 1/4. Man, it's just, this thing is so sweet. So if you don't have this, which most likely you don't, because I think Mark only made like maybe 10 of these things. I wish he would make more. I move this to my 7 1/4, my 10 1/4, whatever. Now when I do this, I've got a 7 1/4, 10 1/4 rise run, and that is where my tread is going to sit. If you don't have this, you would get a stair gauge, or you could just hold this end right at 10 1/4, right? Put this at 10 1/4. Then I come over here, I hold that side at 7 1/4. Then we go back and we move this again because it moves just a little bit every time you kind of get it right. And then you can draw it, and now you've got your stringer. And then for the next step, you're going to come in here, and you're going to line up 7 1/4 and 10 1/4, and you'll make another one. And you just keep doing this, going down your way, and that's how you can map out your each notch cut out for your stringer. I don't have to do that because I have this, and if you get a set of stair gauges, once you set the stair gauge on the edge, it's basically little stops, and they would just stop right where you want it every time, and you're just going to go down your way. I'm going to go ahead, get my square set perfectly, and then we'll get this all mapped out so we can get them cut, okay? 138, 7/16 rise, 194. Okay, just because I keep getting confused, I went ahead and I think it's always valuable, draw yourself a little diagram with your dimensions. That way you always know it. I've got my square set up at 8.5 and 12, and that is so I can do this first cut. Now what I always do, and I recommend, especially if you're not comfortable with stair stringers, and that's why you're watching these videos, because you don't do a lot. Even though I do them enough that I should feel comfortable, I always do one stringer cut, make sure that I love it before I replicate that on all of them. So we're gonna cut my bottom, then we're going to measure up, and this is what's nice about math, 238 and 15/16 from this point. That is where my top should be and should plane in perfectly with my finished floor up there. So let's go ahead and cut this. I also wanted to say this, I'm using an LVL, so I don't have to do any crowning, but if you're using stair stringers, make sure that you're always crowning them up and making sure that they're not one up and one down. Your stairs will be all weird. Now let's go ahead and measure our 238 15/16. 238 15/16. Now this is my bottom. I'm just gonna flip this over, and I will get my top measurement or top angle. That was so perfect. Absolutely gorgeous. That was a little bit dustier, huh? Mm-hmm. All right, so Greg, let's just take this in. Let's maybe hop up that ladder, and I'm gonna bring it into you, okay? Close enough. Just as a checkpoint, this should be out here at 194.75. This is where I should end my stringer. So if we cut it right, from there to there, it should fit in there perfectly. Ugh. Oh, that's gonna be in your way, isn't it?
In the way.
Hold on. It's all you, man. I am right on my mark down there.
That's where I want it. Right.
Yeah, we're golden. Okay, so we hit our mark. We're up there. We got our angle. It's tight to the ground. It's beautiful. So now we're gonna put it back on the sawhorses, and we'll get all of our stair treads cut out. All right, so now that we know that this stringer is cut at the right angle, we know our angles are good, we're gonna go ahead and start putting our actual cutouts for where our treads and risers are gonna go. Now, the thing to remember is that on the first step and the last step, they are different than the rest of them. And that is because if this is my bottom and this is the ground, when I make my first cut and I add a stringer to it, I want that to be 7 5/16, since that is my riser height. But when I come up to the next one, from that cutout to the top of that other cutout is 7 5/16. You might be like, well, yeah, Kyle, it's the same as the bottom one. Yes, but the bottom one doesn't have another tread on the ground. It is the ground, which means that you have to think about that offset, and you have to cut the first riser down by whatever the width of your treads are gonna be. In this case, I am using 1 1/8" Legacy subfloor as my treads and my risers. Super solid, I love it. It is like the best staircase I've ever built. Way better than using traditional 2x, because 2x have cups. They, you know, twist, they shrink more. This is a product that is gonna stay very stable and strong, and I do love it. So what we're gonna do is if I'm going 7 5/16 for my overall riser height, which I found out by dividing my total height by 19, since that's how many steps I have, I just need to subtract this first one to 7 5/16 minus 1 1/8. So 6 3/16. So at 6 3/16, what I'm gonna do is I'm just putting my square here, and at 6 3/16, right here, that is where my first riser is, okay? And once I have that, I will take my square, and if you don't have this, just put some stair gauges on, and we're gonna change it now to our 10 1/4. So 10 1/4 and 7 5/16. Make sure we like it, because this will affect the entire stair. Tighten them up just a little bit so they don't move on me. 10 1/4. See those little fingers? They point right to whatever the dimension is you want. It's such a glorious design, man. I really, really wish that Mark would remake these, or maybe I'm just gonna start making them, because I think everybody that does this sort of work could really benefit from this. Okay, there. Good, good. So now we are off to the races. This is one step. Well, I already know where my end is, so we're just gonna go down the line. I'm lining up my 10 1/4 with the last one that I made, and we're just gonna go all the way up. Boring, boring. So I knew that I wanted to gang cut these stringers. If you guys have watched any videos, you know that we gang cut our stringers, meaning I put all of them together, I cut them once. That ensures that all of my treads are gonna sit in the same plane, and my risers are also gonna be at the same vertical plane. You can cut them one at a time. The reason I'm in a little bit different dress is because I had to go get my beam saw out of my trailer, and I wanted to explain to you why when I ran my square all the way up to the top, you'll notice that I came short to my peak by about 1 inch and, I don't know, 1 3/16. That is because the point of my stairs on this line, when I shift it by 1 1/8", which is my riser height from the start at the bottom, because remember, the top of this is right on the line that goes from the ground to the top of my floor, it will shift this whole thing up. So I was at first a little like worried that I messed up because I came super short, but it's all good. I will cut this off and everything will be perfect Hopefully that makes sense. Look at this. We'll come back at the bottom, okay? Remember the very bottom, we want, when my tread goes on here, we want my 7 5/16 rise, right? So when I put that on here, it's gonna be 7 5/16, but this point, that point is where, when I put my riser that is 1 1/8 on, and it's flush to right here, you see how I'm sticking out? We're gonna shift this back, and when this gets put on, that is basically where it will be. It will be actually here, which means every one of these will be shift back 1/8 of an inch in theory, but I don't have to do it here on the board. So whatever, I just wanted to clear that up. So we're gonna go ahead and get these all cut out. If you don't understand that, I'll try to be a better teacher next time. I don't know. What do you want me to say? It makes sense in my head, and hopefully I can make sense for some of you. So let's go ahead and cut this. And one more thing, remember at the bottom, we had to raise that first cutout by 1 1/8 because it's gonna sit on the floor, not sit on another tread. All of these treads will go here, which will shift up my 7 5/16 rise. But at the top, I also have to consider that it's gonna die into my rim board up there. It's not going to get a riser added. So this dimension at 10 1/4, I also need to shrink it by 1 1/8. So we're just going to come in here, mark 1 1/8, and then this line here is where I'm gonna cut. It's gonna be a little bit tricky. Yeah, just enough. There. So that's my cut. Let's do it, man. There's a lot of
cutting.
a lot of cutting with the beam saw. Let's also double check it for square. You know how that goes.
Yep.
Move it around a couple times, and it's a big
you know
boy.
what they say, though?
What's that?
They make new lumber every day.
Yeah, but I don't want to buy new 20-foot LVLs, man. Yeah, I mean, as long as I'm not on a piece of carbide, we're looking pretty Gucci. So check this out here. Obviously it goes without saying, by gang cutting, you get them all done at once, but it's all about consistency. So even if this is just slightly off, they're all off. What I mean by that is if I do one board at a time and I make one mistake, the other two get cut perfectly. Now I have an inconsistency. So this allows me to make a mistake, but you'd never know it because everything is the same, if that makes sense. So sometimes consistency is more important, but also this is way easier. Now what we have to do, because the beam saw does not make it down all the way, we need to finish this cut with a good quality blade. And I like to use a pruning blade, the Diablo pruning blade, because they are super fast, super clean, and what you don't want to happen is you don't want your blade to flex. So you want a nice sturdy blade that's gonna go and cut clean and fast. And that's why I use these ones. So we'll see how this does. We'll start on this end here. That way I can just kind of see what it's doing, you know?
If you can max out your slide out, you can see your blade from there. And it'll raise it up and you'll be able to see it.
I know what you're saying. I just don't even put it on the wood. I mean, it does make it better. Yeah, you know what? Hey, nice job, man. Give credit where credit's due. I thought this would actually be... Yeah, I can't see great.
See if this helps. See if we can suck some.
Boom. All right. No, that's beautiful, man. Look at that. Look at that. I'm happy with that. The goal is you don't want to push it hard because when you start pushing a Sawzall blade, it can sometimes push a different way. So I kind of just let the saw do it. I just let the saw do its thing. Heck yeah, dude.
Let's go.
Let's go. There's a couple I'm not too happy with. Where was it at, remember?
I think it's a little bit overkill, but.
No. Oh, it's right here, right here, right here. Go ahead and turn that vac on, man.
Sure.
Yeah.
You're OGing, man.
No, there's a really bad one that I was like, hey, I need to.
This one right here. This
Nah.
one's pretty bad.
What? This one right here. See? Look at this one. See it?
I think that one was
No way.
worse. Yeah.
No, there it is. There it is.
It's too much.
The reason it matters, Greg, is you won't get as much adhesion from your glue if it's sticking up off the wood.
I mean, that's a fair point.
No, it's a.
It's fair.
Yeah. Ooh, I felt that. How do I lock this? There we go. Did you ever use this?
Not that one.
It's pretty nice, man. Pretty nice.
I got you the back. I might have used it at the show.
Yeah, pipeline. That's what happens because the kerf of the beam saw is so much bigger than the kerf of the Diablo blade. So it just sometimes doesn't cut exact, but I think we're good enough. All right, cool. That's good enough. Do you have a snap line?
I don't.
Okay.
Not in this pouch. 7 5/16.
There's a little bit of chalk. At least I had it. Okay, go ahead. Or you want me to go down, or you good? Greg, you gotta go against the wall a little more.
I see that.
Yep, right there probably.
Yeah. Close enough.
This doesn't have to be exact. Ready?
Yep. Hey, that did a
Good enough,
job.
man.
Yep, good enough job.
Good enough. So what we need to do is, remember, I can think what kind of started this whole process was I need to get my plywood on the wall so that we can install the boilers and all the mechanicals. So when I do the stringer, if I got my stringer here and all these little notches for my stairs, and then this gets drywalled, that's really hard to drywall. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take blocking like this. This is gonna get framed on the stair edge for something to screw the drywall into, and then we're gonna run our plywood on the wall first, up to the stairs, but not past the stair stringer, so that my drywall can slide in behind all my stairs. It looks nice and clean, and that will also give us our wall. So this snap line should be indicating right where our stringer is. Should we put it up there and just check it?
The bottom of the stringer, right?
You got a 7 and, okay, mark it another 1.1 inch down from that.
Okay.
And then let's put the stringer, I'll bring the stringer in, let's just double check and make sure that it looks correct. Oh my gosh. These are way beefier than a 2x if we were to do this.
For sure.
A 20-foot 2x12 would not be strong enough.
Or straight enough.
Yeah.
Am I going to the top mark or the bottom mark?
The bottom mark, because you don't have a tread on it yet. So you're going to your down 1.1 inch.
All right. Bring it down right there.
Okay, so we're off a little bit, buddy. My snap line, so I'm actually close here. That's probably because it's an inch off or so, but my chalk line appears to be too high.
too high?
Yes. Actually, no. Actually, it's not. Yeah, I want it lower. I want it, Greg, to be where that point is.
You want it down here.
Yes, I want it on that point.
So what's that? That's an 1 1/8 then, right?
It should be down right here. And that's on me because you marked it at 7 5/16. I needed you down another 1 1/8.
Yes, correct.
That's on me.
Get closer. There we go. Yep.
Good enough. So now that's where we're gonna run our plywood. That'll finish this wall, and then we should be good. Greg, the only thing I wanna think about, I've got a power line going that way for my outlets. I've got power over at that for my hexagon lights or an outdoor light.
You just want to make sure all your wires ran.
Yeah, I
over.
don't
You
want to.
have that
I don't want to
ability.
have to run wiring. I mean, I can go up into our cavity that we made with our pipes. So let's just run another wire through. I'll leave it on the spool for now, and then I'll figure out what I'm going to do later.
Just to get it
that way, it's
back,
behind there,
yeah.
and we can always cut it down later. So
I agree.
yeah, just don't want to get ahead of ourselves. I'm just going to follow this one right here and come down. Can always pull it out if I don't use it, Greg.
Yep.
But I'm sure I will. Because if I run it, I'm just like, yeah, might as well use it.
Yeah.
Okay.
I would.
Yeah, I think so. Okay. Let me marker it so I don't forget what it is, even though I shouldn't. We'll call this wall lights.
Yeah.
We should.
RV.
West wall. So I just know where it's going. Okay. All right, that's there. Tack all that up, and should be pretty Gucci. That's what the kids say anyway. I just smashed my thumb for the first hit. Get one more.
Yep.
All right. I keep saying plywood, but it's actually going to be legacy subfloor. Tongue and groove on the wall. Trust, but verify. That'll work.
Good enough.
Good enough for the girls I run with. $18 and 11/16. Does that make sense to you?
No.
What? What'd you say it was? 15 1/4?
Yeah. You're gonna want it at like 26 and like 5/16.
26 and 3/8. I had the rise run the wrong way. That's on me. 26 and 3/8. That's why you trust but verify, Greg. Math never lies, but if you put the wrong inputs in.
Brother, I'm, you know. Let me get you the.
Did you cut that without me?
Yeah. I thought I could do it. I didn't do it.
Bro, I had the math for you. I knew
Yeah.
exactly what you needed to cut.
Yep.
Thanks for the teamwork there. Since I got these long ones, I'm gonna Should throw 2 in. I need a, you got a, what's wrong? Get off!
No, it's stuck on my belt.
You gotta squeeze it, buddy.
That's what I'm doing.
No, no, no. Squeeze it. I guess you know it wasn't gonna fall off.
Yeah. I can't even get my belt off. This is awful. I'm embarrassed.
Give me that. Yeah, look at this. There's little chunks of leather you went all the way into those little notches. It's not that deep, man. It's just clip it on. Nice work, man. You're
taking a quarter off. Huh?
no, you're not even close yet, buddy.
Oh, okay. Well, that makes a big difference.
It did, but you gotta.
I'm hitting the nail is sticking out.
There we go.
We're a little bit. That's a little bit high on the box, but just a tad. You got a flat bar?
Oh, I see it. That goes down just a hair, don't it? I don't have a flat bar, but I'm thinking that we could probably.
How do we do on our box?
Yeah, it's a little looser on the corners because it's rounded, but
Not good.
not good. Okay, let's go ahead. And here's my question. Oh, we are an idiot. We are idiots, 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 idiots.
Why?
Because you cut that side, but that's the side the layout is off of. Okay, let me get this here, and then I'm gonna try to push this, push this up. Okay. Do you think I gotta go up a hair? Oh, this is that bad bit, I think. What do you think? Just a hair?
Yeah.
Right there?
Yeah, I think so.
Oh, this is that bad bit, man. All right, Greg, let's cut another one. This time, cut the left side. And what did you cut it at?
81 and a half.
Go ahead and go 81 3/8 maybe. Let's just double check. Oh, wait, 81 and a half?
Yeah.
No, you can cut that again.
Cool.
Remember this wall had like that 1/4 inch
Yep, it did.
swale out,
Yep.
so it's all good. Okay. And then, what were these doing? Anything? That's not doing anything. This one was doing your light, right?
Well, it looks like we're in between our strings.
Okay. There, make it easy for you. You're looking a little tight on that side, my dog. Oh no, it's because it was at an angle.
Yeah, just at an angle.
Sick, dude.
Look. Okay, we gotta do better than that.
I know.
You're kind of hitting down your panel on that corner. I mean, that looks good there. Yeah, I mean that's probably. Give me a cap over here on this side, and then we'll call it good.
Why don't you put a screw in it?
Yeah. No, there. I think that's perfect.
All right, cool, cool, cool. Let's move on to this sidewall, Greg. We got one penetration to take care of, which is the gas pipe. I'll worry about those screws later. Yeah, I think I'm gonna be happy with that wall. It's gonna be solid. Just a little crack that I have to maybe put some big stretch in or something. Nice paintable big stretch. Sandable also, so I can just...
It sticks to anything.
Well, that's Lexel, but yes.
Oh.
Yep, all right. Right here, this should be a nice plumb. We should have this pipe You should know what that is.
Well,
10 and a quarter.
We use 2 inch on the outside.
Yep. Now, the only issue would be is if this is going to be higher than our
snap line.
But I don't think it is.
But if it is, it's going to be the little corner.
Oh, okay.
And we can just cut it off up
here. You got it?
Yep.
I'm gonna. This is the difference between those sick. What do they call those? Like with only 3 carbides.
Yeah.
They throw the chips and they don't get filled up with. Look at that. That's why I don't like these for wood. You know.
Was that stuck in there?
Yeah, I went up, went down, and then it stayed there.
Went through it. So like.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know, man. I just work here. Oh, we got a box.
Oh shoot.
Shoot. To 41 and an eighth.
38 3/4.
Yep, to 41 and an eighth. Now those are tight measurements.
41 and an eighth. Okay. Well, I'm just doing it and then cut it out.
Yeah. Man, you're such a strong man. Such a strong man. Here, we'll kind of just get this ready. Let's see, that's ready. Okay, I got this end.
Okay. Roll it up.
Okay, I got it. So now it's gonna be flush with the bottom. So get it, yeah.
My finger. So if you could hold it for 1 second.
Yeah, I got it.
Let me get down here.
It's gonna be flush on the bottom. I don't see your pipe.
No, the pipe's over here. I think we're pushing it down. So let it roll out towards me. Okay. Why is that so far off?
Because we haven't gone in on an angle and it needs to come over to the right. It's angled, it got pushed. So remember, it's just loose in the wall. So
But it even doesn't even look right from there.
you still have to go down, buddy. Can you get anything in it?
Yeah, I can do that.
Go down lower, you're too high.
I'm gonna break my finger doing that.
Don't break your finger.
No, we're hitting this pipe, this plastic pipe.
Okay. Yeah, but it'll still go down.
I can manipulate. There we go.
Wait. Wiring.
Okay, I feel pretty good there.
Boxes look good. Yeah? Can you give me a hold on it? There, good. And we just have to trim that corner. But now what we can do is let's just keep moving. I'm gonna get this measurement. Boom, hook that. Let's get to that pink line. So 93, we're gonna go 93 and a quarter.
93 and a quarter.
So we're cutting that end?
I think so. You don't have a big track, do you?
No. Where's my tape at, buddy? Do you know what happened to it?
Right off of that guy there.
Go ahead. There.
That's why you always wear eye protection.
Always use your safety squints, kids. Only you can prevent debris in your eye. Okay. Flush?
Flush.
Remember when we did Durestas and we had all
Now that dropped.
up?
Ooh. Okay, let her drop, let her drop. I'm gonna leave you a little bit heavy in case when you start beating it. Okay, go ahead, try it.
I can always beat it down. Can you look up? I can't see my line.
Sawdust is falling in my eye, sorry. Well, it looks like we could go more.
Well, I don't appear to think the same. There you go. Mm-hmm. Is that good?
You know?
Can you get a screw down there in the bottom?
Get screwed down here on the bottom.
Okay. Whoa, whoa, where are you going?
What?
Dude, don't drive it home.
Oh, what's trying to suck
Just,
it in?
no, just flush it. Flush it. They'll be fine. If you go too deep, you'll go into my Myrex. That's why I'm,
Okay.
yeah.
Fair.
Yeah. You're just flushing.
Okay, can we...
You want me to hit a pop?
Yeah.
Sorry, I shouldn't assume. I should have said something.
Okay, let's try.
Atta boy. It's all in that last couple little pops that does it, you know?
Pop.
Yeah, 5/8. And then we'll do the angle. Wait a second. Okay. I think we can always move it. Let's just beat her in. Mm-hmm. Feels pretty solid.
Looks like the top.
Looks like the top could go in.
But we can also go down.
Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going with that. Hold it. Stop. Collaborate and listen. Ice back with the brand new edition. Something. Grab a hold of you tightly.
Something's not right here.
What's wrong?
I think we wanted to be 26 and a 16th.
That's all I could do. Bum 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 ba da dum bum.
Oh, stop.
I'm not worried about it, dude.
It does seem weird though that I don't think we felt like we were more off than that, but maybe we won't. I don't know.
We're a team here, dude. It's not all about you.
Sometimes
I can help.
I feel like I gotta carry the team, you know?
I'm a little bit high here, and I'm high up here. No, don't do that. There. It's gonna be fine, dude. It's gonna be fine. Whoa, 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 whoa.
Is that, sorry.
It's all good. It's all good. It's great. Remember, that line, Greg, is our stringer. So as long as we're plenty enough below it for our drywall.
Yeah.
The thing I'm happy about is now these manifolds and stuff will be able to get placed. We probably better just do this though, huh? Otherwise, you know it's not going to be easy later. 26 and a 16th. Come on, buddy.
That's not bad.
That's all right. Hey, I made a mistake today too once.
This.
I need to like, yeah, there we go. That's, oops. 43, man, 43 3/4.
43 3/4.
Yep. 40, and this can be out of any piece, Greg. All right. Make sure I got enough room on it all. Okay, grab that stringer there, Greg. I got this. Go and get your tubes.
Okay.
I need to get a mark. It's covered up now. So 7 5/16 plus
an inch and an eighth.
Inch and an eighth. It's just something to separate it. Here. Oh my Lord, it feels like we were ready to do this 3 hours ago, but had to do a ton of work that we didn't think about.
It's all the detailed work that always takes up the time. There we go.
Looks like we got that right.
Mm-hmm. Well, I hope so.
Well, I mean,
I think that's what we use to space it.
we use a piece. Yeah. So I had to get this last rim joist. Remember when we did the staircase, I didn't want to put the rim joist on because it defines where the end of my landing is going to be up here. So I'm just going to put a partial in, and then I'll finish it when we get the stairs. I want to be able to walk down the stairs before I build this landing up here so that I don't, you know, make it too big and then uncomfortable. So that'll kind of be after we get the staircase in, we can make that determination. And that's a totally different video probably. Greg, can I just have a nail gun?
Yeah, you're gonna use a 4-incher for that?
Well, that's all I got in my pouch. Oop. So we're 7 5/16 plus inch and an eighth. I'm gonna have to do a little notching. You can see I've got this 3/4 here, and I'm gonna notch just the back of my stringer like I did here to go right over top. It'll just kind of set in there in a little notch. I mean, this is gonna be fastened on this entire wall. I'm not worried about it like sliding out. A lot of times I will do like a ledger board to the concrete or the floor down at the bottom so that the staircase can't move. But having this fastened into this wall cavity, I just don't think that's necessary, and I prefer not to drill into my concrete where I have radiant tubes as much as possible unless I absolutely have to, even though my tubes are down pretty low. You find it, Greg? Oh, there it is.
Well, this isn't 4 foot. This is like a 3-footer.
Well, I guess we're... Okay. So that's the top, Greg, and let's just set it up here, and then I'm going to mark the notch out. Watch my drill.
You watch your drill.
Well, I was. Okay, hold it there. Right where it's gonna go. Should we check it? Make sure we like it before I cut 2. Go ahead, come and grab the other one anyway, you know?
Good.
Well, beautiful, my guy.
Huh.
It's absolutely astonishing.
It's amazing what you can do.
It's a thing of beauty. Just hold on there. Don't get crazy.
It's a beauty, Clark. I see you're white duct tape kind of guy.
It does perform pretty well in all situations. Okay. You good enough? Okay, you guys may be wondering, wait a second, Kyle, you spaced this one off of this wall, but you didn't this wall. That is because, like I said from the beginning, my buddy from Mechanical Hub, Eric, is going to be coming down to do the boiler and all this mechanicals here. Because I'm making content, because it's not a huge space, I'm doing this so I can keep moving forward. I want to be able to get up and down upstairs. I want to be able to start framing my landing. All these things still require the staircase. I still have to make the stringers. This is the hard part, but I'm going to actually make this so that I can easily remove this. I'm going to have temporary treads because all this drywall and the mud is going to fall down, and I can just pull those treads off and then put down a finished tread. So there will be a future video probably where I actually finish this staircase. I may do hardwood, I might put like an oak tread on. I may just do it for carpet. I haven't decided all those things, but I need to get my temporary staircase in. So I'm not gonna have risers, I'm just gonna have treads, and when I pull this off to do it for real, I will then put a spacer board here. The reason I did my spacer board here was because it was kind of built in to my 3/4 wall here that I needed done for the boiler. So, you know, sometimes in construction, it's not always point A to point B. You kind of got to go this way and that way to get to where you wanted to get. So that is why we are at this point. And by the end of the video, we will have a working staircase, but it's not going to be finished. But everything that we do here will be, I think, enough information that if you're watching this to learn how to make a staircase, you'll be good to go. We're 2 inches up here.
Why?
Because this wall goes out. We knew that there was a little bit, remember? 1/4 inch is what we thought, which sounds like it's 3/8 of an inch if everything is perfect. Because you're 5/8 down there. And I'm not fully 2 inches, I'm just under 2 inches, but you know what I'm saying? All right, since we like that, we need to notch out our bottom.
Yep.
Four 1 3/4, 4 7/8 is center. So we're gonna go back here somewhere. Let's make sure you're on your mark. I mean, ish.
What mark?
There's a mark on the ground, a pencil mark.
I see. Yep. Yeah.
Okay.
That's not going
Here's the thing. It's not gonna go anywhere because the outsides aren't going anywhere. I mean, there's definitely plenty of room in here height-wise. I mean, I'm not gonna be, you know, hanging out in here. It's just mechanicals. But here, a light will just cast a shadow. Do you see what I'm saying? That's why I was saying if I drop this ceiling, it'll give me a flat space.
Right.
That flat space will continue through, which means this light won't be so high. It'll be, I could have a light here and a light here.
Right.
I don't know. That's neither here nor there, man. We'll figure that out. Let's go ahead and put some treads on, huh?
Sure.
Don't worry about it. Okay. Now, set her down. Use your legs. Oh, wait, roll it right on its side. Okay, ready? Roll on its side? Yeah.
Oh, I see.
Yeah. We'll do what you wanted to do. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Okay.
We got a clamp.
I don't think we need a clamp, dude.
Oh.
Are we level first off? Yes, we're good and level.
I think it's just your cut.
No.
Whoa.
See?
Okay.
So one of these is not like the other, but they are. So is my joint tight up there in the center? Wow. I would call that good. I would call that pretty good. Good.
There's something down here at the end.
Good. How can it change? Here, take this and just keep checking.
You know, just kind of.
Yeah, but you're... I'm confused.
And this is kind of where it starts. This is a weird part right here. That one's out. 1/8.
Yeah, I don't know. Well, here's my question. What if we level this out, see what it does? So I undo these screws, we wedge that with shims until that bottom tread is level. So put that level on the bottom tread, right across the bottom, kind of all the way out at the point. I'm gonna undo these screws and then we're going to shim that up to level.
More?
No, too much. All right, dude. I think we got this all shimmed up and level, so let's go ahead and let's screw these in. We're just gonna temporarily screw them. I'll put like, what, 2 screws maybe?
Probably.
Okay. So I'm just gonna go tight to the wall then every time, huh? Mm-hmm. Okay. Do I really want to use these 4-inch screws?
Probably don't.
I really don't have any other option. If I was you, I would carry like multiple at a time, but you know.
Good for the calves.
Hello? Oh, we got a little something.
Besides, it gives me something to do.
I hear you, man.
I can't carry 10 up at a time and then just stand there.
Just stand there? Fair enough, man. So we're 1 2x12 shy, huh? Mm-hmm. I made it. First time ever walking up the stairs. I don't have a 2x12 up here, Greg. I'm missing 1 tread. Why don't you cut that bad boy at like 50? I can't really see that. I can push that in just a hair. Let's go 53.
53?
Let's go 53.
All right.
Let's see. This. I mean, that gives me plenty of room. Oh yeah, I got plenty of room to turn anything big and get up there like a couch or something.
Worst case, you just bring it through your window.
Good point. That's a good point. Yeah. So if I'm 84 inches, actually I'm like 85 inches from this nosing, 85 and a half. I think that's gonna be just fine. Okay. I gotta square it up. Okay, you're against whatever. So that's 12 foot 3/4. Go ahead and mark the same over here. We know this is all nice and square here. Okay, 12 foot 3/4, okay. So roughly there. I mean, if I'm running down, it seems like it's there.
You had about a foot above your head.
Yeah, dude, that's higher than my house. You got a 1.5 feet above your head. You see, I went right back to using screws instead of the nail gun. I just like screws.
Creature of habit. Screws are nice.
Screws are nice. All right, I think what I'm gonna do, that works for me, you know.
Good enough for the girls I run with.
Good enough. Give myself a little header here. That I can put my floor joist. So you need your floor joist. To go 37. 36 and 7/8, I guess.
36 and 7/8.
Yeah, we know those gusset plates are jacked. So just do one in like 37, 36 and 15/16, 36 and 7/8. I'll get this all screwed off. All right, what do you got there, big dog?
That's my choice.
I don't know. I don't know. It's gonna be really hard to get this first one in here.
What's that?
Well,
What are you doing, man?
this has already been laid.
Rookie.
I almost. How can we do that?
Roll it in.
Yeah.
Like
Well,
this, and
these
just
are.
go.
It's confusing to me, but we can try it. It's a good try, but there's a screw under here, going up. Just, yep, and then over there on that side going up. Okay, now this will just come out. I'll put the eye joist in, and then we'll just put it right back in.
They screwed together?
No, not yet. I was gonna nail them.
Make this so much more difficult for me.
Is it? Come on, you mother trucker. Okay, that's according to that. If this is cut right, that's as far as it's gonna go. So now I can kind of go out at an, I don't think I wanna go out at an angle, just kind of get that started. Yep, just like that. See? We're smarter than the average, man. Nice thing is these can't really go anywhere. They're just kind of chilling here for right now. Which way's up? Did you crown this?
That other way.
Okay. Come on, buddy, get in there. All right. It's good enough for the girls I run with. I'll get a hanger in it. How's that look? Man, that feels really good to be able to be so solid and secure on this ladder.
First step's a doozy.
You mean the lack of a step is kind of unfortunate?
Yep.
I guess if you can comfortably carry down a sheet of subfloor like this, then I think my height is good, you know? Mm-hmm. The real test will be when they take up 12-foot sheets of drywall.
Through the windows.
Oh yeah, we could do it through the windows. Not a fan of that, but I'm assuming this is gonna be a little smaller. Yeah, just go 39. Yeah.
I see.
One more up here.
So you had to screw up there.
No. Yeah, that's just to attach that to the LVL. Really gotten soft in my older age, man. First conings, now this. I'm not gluing.
Yeah.
Who am I? Who am I?
Kind of like when you stop going to the gym.
I know, dude. I know. I don't think this is gonna squeak. You know.
It's gonna be the squeakiest part of your entire floor.
I'll walk up my stairs and it squeaks. I'll tear it off and glue it.
You just breathe on it, it squeaks.
Yeah, keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going. Keep going. Up. Okay. Now, how about the backside? You should go tight against the wall. There's framing there. Okay. Hit it tight all the way to the wall. Good?
Yeah.
Okay. Feels a little bit weird. Okay. And then we'll screw the bottom in. Doesn't want to go into that for some reason. Why? All right, guys, this seemed kind of like a whirlwind. What seemed to be very simple, if you remember, was I'm gonna get this ready for Eric to do all the mechanicals underneath the staircase. Well, that led to, well, I kind of got to do all this sheathing. Well, I kind of got to put the stairs in because I want to make sure everything is good so I can frame off this, so I can do my electrical. Like, everything has to kind of go in a certain order, even though all I really wanted to do was make sure this was ready for Eric. Now, this is all done. I've got my plywood, which is actually just legacy, installed on the wall. This is where we can mount everything. I've got my power for my boiler. I've got my gas line right behind here. I haven't punched a hole through yet, but I've even got my water coming into the building. It's live, so I have water out here, and we're really moving forward. I even brought a fiber optic internet cable in here, so I have Wi-Fi. So we're really moving up in the world. Staircase is temporarily built so we can go up and down the stairs. And the last little bit of framing I needed to do, which was this landing up here, is either going to be a closet for whatever, or potentially a water bulk storage for added pressure out here so we don't have to do, I don't know. My plumber just said that's an easy way. If we're going to bring a pressure tank or something out here, we could just put water up there, kind of like a water tower, and it will just, I mean, all I'm doing is flushing a toilet and a sink. So I haven't even turned my water on yet. I might have plenty of pressure. I just haven't even done it yet. So that up there is either going to be a closet or a water storage closet. So yeah, that's probably the end of this video. We are now ready for mechanical hub to come, Eric. We are also ready. I got all my steel for the ceiling. That is now here, so we can start installing that. And yeah, hopefully you guys stay tuned for all those finishes because I think it's gonna shape up nicely. I've got a meeting with Obsessed Garage. If you guys don't know them, they're out here on the YouTube world. They're gonna help me with some of my lighting layout, is specifically in the wood shop area, so that will be in the future. And I might even change up some of these lights. Remember, these were just lights I had, so I just installed them temporarily. But yeah, stay tuned. There's gonna be a lot more to do. I think it's gonna shape up pretty darn sweet. Let me know what you guys are thinking about the interior of RRHQ down below in the comments, and we'll catch you guys on another video.